Today we're going to do a very simple Chinese dish. It's poached chicken with spring onion and ginger. Give it a good wash first before you boil them. So in Chinese it's called bak jam gai. Okay, so we give the chicken a quick wash first. And then you make sure you got a big pan, it's big enough to put the chicken in. And basically you just bring it to boil before you put the chicken in. So you have to get the ginger ready. So what you normally do is you cut all the skin off. You need a lot of ginger really, otherwise you're not going to get the natural ginger flavour out of it. Right, so all those little bits here, and what you do is you save them and then put it into the stock when you're boiling the chicken. What I normally do is I just shred the ginger first. So it'll make it a lot more easier to chop. As you see. So what you do, you just chop it a lot more fine afterwards. Some people make it really smooth, but I prefer that you've got a bit of a crunch to the ginger. So it's all done now. It's very easy. The spring onion. You can see the spring onion is quite dirty. So all you have to do is cut the root off. Basically get a paper towel and just try to wash off, get all the soil off. You see all this? Just peel it off. Clean with a tissue. See how clean that is now. Same again. The reason I'm doing this because if you wash it first, you get too much liquid and water in the spring onion when you mix it with the ginger. So I will advise you best not to wash it, but try to clean it with a tissue. Mainly it's around the root where it's all the soil is. You see it? All this off. Right, all the spring onions done. Now to cut it up. Basically just stretch it on, cut it fine. A lot of people do not use the root of the spring onion, but actually the roots of it is a lot more tastier. All the flavour is where the root is. On the leaf, you know, it just gives you a nice colour, but not much flavour in it. So what I normally do is I cut mostly, you know, just the white part and leave the dark part for stir fry. Right, see how easy it is? You got the ginger ready, spring onion ready. So you got all the bits from the ginger, the skin of the ginger, and all those other bits from the spring onion. So what I'm going to do with those two is I'm going to put it in the stock when I'm boiling the chicken, so give the chicken a bit of a flavour. Now the water is boiling. Before you put the ginger and the spring onion in, I'm going to blanch the chicken in the water first. So all you have to do is just put it in, hold it by the legs. And, the reason for that is you just seal all the meat texture, and then give the chicken a bit of an exercise as well. Right, get ready. So we put the chicken in. ginger, all the bits, and the spring onion. You wait until it starts boiling, then you turn the heat down to simmer. The reason you have a bigger pan is when you boil the chicken, it gives you more room to circulate so the chicken gets cooked evenly. As you can see now, starting to boil now. So what you do is you turn the heat down so it just simmer. Chicken, normally I do not put the lid on. The reason for that is you can see what's happening in the pan. Right, so you just let it simmer now, probably about 20 minutes. You just move the chicken around, so make sure it doesn't stick to the bottom of the pan. It's very important in Chinese cooking that when we boil the chicken, try to keep everything intact. You know, the skin must not be broken or whatever. So basically, if you move around a bit, that's why we branch the chicken first. Make sure the skin on the chicken is all sealed up so it doesn't stick to the bottom of the pan. So when the chicken going to be ready? When the chicken's ready, it will automatically start floating on top of the water. So now we just let it simmer now for about 20 minutes. Do not bring the water to boiling point all the time, because otherwise it will make the texture on the meat of the chicken not really smooth. So it'll be a lot more tougher. So if you like, it's basically just like a slow cook. So make sure just simmer for about 20 minutes or so, and then check again, see if it's cooked or not. If not, just let it rest in the pan. Right, you can see now the chicken is start floating. So the easiest way to check if the chicken is cooked or not, get something sharp, just poke it between the legs. Where the fire is. If you see any blood coming out, that's not cooked. But if there's no blood coming out, that will be cooked. It's still got a bit of a blood coming out, so you just leave it out. See, actually see the blood coming out from there. So what you do is just leave it in the pan a bit longer, probably another, check it again, probably another 5 or 10 minutes. As I said, do not bring it to boil, just let it simmer, so you get a nicer finish on the texture of the meat. So the meat will taste a lot smoother, not really, you know, rough and chewy. You can actually smell the ginger and the spring onion and the nice, you know, chicken flavor in it. So what we do now is the chicken is almost done now. So check again. No blood coming out, so the chicken's done. So you have to transfer quickly into cold water so it cool down. Basically just refresh the chicken so the skin doesn't break. And, because if you don't, the chicken will carry on cooking because it's hot inside. So basically put it in some water, cold water, or if you've got ice, put it in ice water. Now you put it into the sink and just basically let it run under the tap for a couple of minutes. All the Chinese will do that because they have to keep the chicken of the skin a bit more crunchier instead of being mushy. So you plunge it in cold water straight away. See how nice the skin is, how smooth the skin is. We'll just let it rest until the chicken cool down. Right, what a lot of people mistake they do is after they boil the chicken, they just chuck the water away. But in theory, it's a chicken stock. So you could make a lovely soup, you know, you could make whatever you want with it. So basically you just scrape all the bits off, all the ginger and the spring onion. Out. after you skim everything out, you bring it back to boil. So once it's boiled, all the blood and everything from the chicken will flow up. So you just skim all the, like you see all the dirty things in there. You know, that's all blood from the chicken. So basically, if you want to have a clean stock, you just have to keep skimming it until you get all the bits out. You see what I mean? So you have to have a clean stock, you have to skim it all out. How dirty that is? Well, it's not dirty, but like, you do not want that in your soup or stock. Alright, once you've done that, you're going to sift the soup to a little more, so make sure the soup is nice and clean. You got a pan of clean stock you could make soup with. Alright, to make a Chinese chicken and vegetable soup is really easy. Doesn't matter if it's chicken or beef or pork, it's all the same. You just need a good stock. So basically, you need some leek. That's it. And onion. Got some tomato here. Poached. And if you want to use courgette, but do not put the courgette in too early, otherwise you just melt it away. And some celery as well to give that extra flavour in the soup. Now all the veg's ready, give it a good wash and then put it in the stock. Now turn the heat up and put the veg in. It's quite simple, very simple. So you got the chicken stock you can make soup with, and then you got the chicken. So basically 1 into 2. Right, to finish off the soup, last of all we put in the courgette and some sweet corn. First of all you need to wash the courgette first.
Half an hour later,
Right,
now the soup is ready.
Let's see how colourful that is. You got the courgette and sweet corn, carrot, celery, onion and some potato.
Now we got here is chicken stock with vegetable soup.
Yeah, we got the chicken ready. And nowadays a lot of people do not like to have the bone in the chicken, but traditionally we have the chicken with the bone inside. But to make it easier, so I could demonstrate to you how to debone the chicken. Let's go. Try to cut off between the legs. Put it up here. Watch it between. Break it on the neck, it's quite easy to come off. Now, put it in on. And now you've got the chicken all separated. You've got the breast, the wing, the legs, and everything all separated. Now how to plate it on the plate. Right, first of all, you put the wing. now the chicken is all been plated up. What you need now is the spring onion and the fresh ginger to put on top. Heat the pan up and put loads of oil in. Wait until the oil gets hot. Pour all the ginger in. And let the ginger flavour come out. You just basically just fry it for a bit. The flavour from the ginger. When you get to this stage, you can actually smell it. It's ready. So you put the spring onion in. Stir fry for about 30 seconds or so. Put a bit more oil in. And for this amount of chicken, we put about 2 tablespoons of salt. And now we are in the salt. Just turn the heat off now. We'll have a quick taste. What the Chinese culture normally does is we use that as a dip for the chicken. So that's why you can have a bit more oil in there, so the chicken is actually bland. So that would be a really nice dip for the chicken. On here now, we're going to put the ginger and spring onion on top. So make sure you spread them evenly so you get the flavour. Over the chicken. Alternatively, you got extra pot of ginger and spring onion dip. Chicken in ginger and spring onion. A traditional Chinese dish. Here we got here now is chicken with spring onion and ginger, and chicken and vegetable soup. 薑葱油雞同埋雜菜雞湯。So now it's ready for dinner. Ginger and spring onion with chicken and rice, Asian style.